Hello everybody, it is Monday the 14th of October. I want to talk about the knowledge of the Creator again and the knowledge of the observer, and that the state of the observer is actually not the state of knowing. It is the state where you should understand. Yeah? And they have become the observers and they understand, but they are not in a state of knowing. I want to show you this here. First of all, just one more time, what is actually the Creator? Yeah? Because this word is, I want to know the Creator, and I need to get out of here to know the Creator. That is actually so as back to front as you can get. It is here that you know the Creator because you are experiencing Him. Yeah, this is not removed from the Creator. It cannot be. Everything is Him. So you cannot be removed from Him. Yeah, you are a part of the Creator, and that is the first thing you need to understand. That is that the Creator is made up of parts. Everything is, and everything is a reflection of Him. Yeah, nothing can exist independent of what has created it. So this is a reflection of the Creator. Here you can experience Him, which is the highest form of knowing. So everything is made up of parts. Your body is made out of parts. Yeah? And you are not just cells or organs. There are other forms of life inside of you. You are basically a zoo in a skin. Microbial life all over the place inside of you. So you are an ecosystem. You are actually an ecosystem that has got an awareness as self. Yeah? So everything is made out of parts. Animal body is the same, a plant is the same. Different parts come together to form even greater ecosystems. Many ecosystems in this world create something that is then sustaining all. That is the Creator. That is Him. Yeah? If you say, the Creator is all, the word all itself, or I am all. Yeah? The word all itself contains no definition. And if you cannot define it, you do not know it. Yeah? So if you are standing there proclaiming, I am all, means you don't know yourself at all. You are in absolute ignorance about what you are. If you cannot define yourself in any way, shape, or form, you do not know yourself. And that is not the height of enlightenment. That is the height of ignorance. So, we are experiencing the truth of the Creator. And that again is made up of many parts, as everything is. The truth. There is only one truth, and you know nothing. And if you're looking for that, you're not going to find it. Because Creator is made up of parts. So there is an objective truth, like a scientific truth about something. Let's say a mushroom. Let's go with a mushroom. Yeah? You can have scientific knowledge of the mushroom. Yeah? About what kind of cells it is made out of, what kind of chemicals it contains, which is a good knowledge to have, especially if you want to eat it. That would be one truth. You can see the mushroom himself. What does the mushroom need? in order to exist. That's the knowledge of the mushroom, you know, knowing what it needs. You have a subjective truth yourself, and folks, that is truth. That is a knowledge, okay? And that is extremely important. And that is what is good and bad for yourself. What is it you truly need? Yeah? And if you don't know that, you eat the mushroom and the mushroom poisons you and you die. So you should have had that knowledge. What goes wrong is if you say my subjective truth is the only one. That is what goes, and that is what's going wrong with the elites as well. Yeah, my subjective truth is the only truth. And then you come to the point where you say, well, the mushroom is poisonous for me, so I step on it and I destroy it. Because it's evil. And it's not. You are not the only thing here. You're only a part of a greater thing. There are other parts. And that mushroom fulfilled a function in the greater thing. And again, in a roundabout way, through given to something else that then goes to something else and so on. In the end, it will sustain you, just not directly. And that, again, is a knowledge of the Creator, how it works. So yeah, no, that perspectives, different ways of looking at things reveal different truths of the Creator. And He's not just one thing. Anyway, and then another knowledge, a very important knowledge of the Creator, is the laws that govern this whole thing. Because there are laws in which, when you say everything has got its being in the Creator, then everything is within the laws of the Creator. And everything is a knowledge of Him, biology, chemistry, physics. But the spiritual laws, the Hermetic laws, are a knowledge of the Creator, and a very important one. Yeah? The laws of, well, we say everything is mind. Well, everything is created by mind, but not everything is created by your mind. Again, you're not the only thing here. You are amongst other beings that have minds of their own. Yeah? And they create and you create. And it is, again, through all those energies coming together that creates the whole. And then to create a good outcome, it would take all of us to be at least on the same page. So that is principle of mentalism. Correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender. Those are laws that you need to understand, because you are having your being in a space that is governed by those laws. Now, I'm coming to the observer now. What they have done, they have gained an understanding of the laws, but for the most part only to elevate themselves above it. Yeah? To get themselves out of what is creation. They have elevated themselves out of creation. If you say you're in creation, you have a knowledge of the Creator, you're experiencing the Creator, they have elevated themselves out of that. And then to say they are in a higher state of enlightenment or of knowledge. No, they're not. You elevate yourself out of what you want to understand. You no longer know it. They don't actually have knowledge. Now, it's really in the Kybalion, the swing of the pendulum, the law of rhythm. And I had a bookmark and I lost it. Where are we? It's actually the fifth one. Let me just find it here. Principle of rhythm. There we go. There's a very good example of what they've done. Yeah? Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. That is a knowledge of the Creator. Yeah? The laws of the Creator. So what they've done is so first of all, they cannot annul the principle. They can't. They are not above the Creator. They cannot affect the Creator. So they cannot annul the principle or cause it to cease its operation. But they have learned how to escape its effects upon themselves to a certain degree, depending upon the mastery of the principle. They have learned how to use it instead of being used by it. So, degrees, by degrees depending upon the mastery of the principle, or maybe even the principles. So what are these degrees, let's say in Freemasonry? Yeah? The amount to which you can remove yourselves from the effects of the Creator. The more you can remove yourself from the truth of the Creator, the higher the degree of what? Enlightenment? They have got it so back to front, it's unreal. The other thing is the principle of vibration. And here, you must be still. Go into the stillness. You go into complete stillness, you no longer exist. Everything vibrates. Everything is in movement. You have cause and effect through the movements of all the different parts. That is a knowledge of the Creator. So they have removed themselves. They are no longer experiencing it. But then where do they get their knowledge? Because they have knowledge. They get it from those that are experiencing it. We are mining the gold for them. That is the system that they have created. We are living our lives. We have knowledge of the Creator. We're just not aware that we have the knowledge. We do not understand what is happening because we do not understand the laws of how we create outcomes, which we do. But they do. So through our living, our experience, they observe what happens and then they gain the knowledge without being affected themselves. And then they use that knowledge to rule over us. So, and yes, they are then directing the affairs of man, they are directing man by giving back knowledge coming from above, which will then move us because they understand cause and effect and how it will move us to move us in a certain direction. And we are taking that knowledge, really denying ourselves, denying the knowledge we have ourselves. So we should do certain things because apparently the world is burning up around us. It's the hottest it has ever been, and we are about to incinerate. So we do certain things, and again, there is our subjective knowledge. Yeah, it will affect you. That's what they're talking to. Yeah? And you're in a blind panic doing all these things to save yourself or save your family, which is other parts that you are a part of, and that again is creator. But you're not going by your own knowing. I mean, you're sitting here freezing cold and doing all these things not to burn up. Good. But here is knowledge is given. You are experiencing the knowledge. And it's given to you. Yeah? To serve you. But you're not using it. You're listening to the mighty. And you're doing as you're told. Denying yourself. And yeah, really, through our life experience, we are mining the knowledge for them, the gold knowledge. They gain more and more knowledge through the observation of us, whilst they are in a place of stillness where they are not affected. And again, they use that knowledge for themselves, and most times in a way that is not humane, that's not human, that is not good. That is because, yeah, they are not in creation. The Creator is love, Creator is caring, Creator is, yeah, that, caring. But they have removed themselves. They have no empathy. They're no longer part of life. They have no longer empathy. So they don't care. They don't care. They do whatever will serve them, because that's the only thing left that they know. That's the only knowledge of the Creator they have now, is themselves. And that is as far removed from the knowledge, the whole knowledge of the light of the Creator than you can get. They are so in darkness, it's unreal. And that is why this world, because they are the ones that are directing the affairs of men. That is why this world is continuously going further into darkness, because we're listening to them. Now, this state of observer, again, it exists and it is good. And in fact, in the 10 Commandments, you're told to do that. Yeah, you work for, well, the week has 7 days. You work for 6 days, and on the 7th day, you rest. So that is for 6 days, you are actually experiencing life. You gain knowledge, cause and effect, rhythm, all of those things. Practical knowledge of it. And I say, experience is the highest form of knowledge. And then on the 7th day, you should gain understanding. You should be the observer of what happened before and gain understanding. And again, that is a knowledge of the Creator. Yeah, so on the 7th day, you're sitting there looking back on the week and saying, what the hell just happened there? How did I get here? And then you should see cause and effect, the underlying laws, and it should get you to a greater level of awareness, greater level of consciousness, a greater level of the knowledge of the Creator, which means that next week you'll hopefully do a bit better. being a bit more enlightened. I mean, that is how it should work. But as I said, so that the state of observation is right. It is necessary to gain understanding, not knowledge, understanding. And then go on. But they have permanently put themselves on the Sabbath day, so to speak. Every day is a Sunday for them. Now, at the moment, as it works for us, most of us either don't have the time, or as I said, they are swinging the pendulum. They are swinging us. Yeah? They've given us perceptions that we run into this direction, we run into that direction, and back and forth, like sheep. So, where was I going with this? Yeah. So most of us don't have the time anymore. We're in a blind panic. Yeah? To have this moment of observation, to have this moment of rest. Or you have those that observe the Sabbath. So most of those that are in Abrahamic religions have a day that they observe as a Sabbath. And how do they use that day? First of all, beating themselves up, taking all the blame for everything that happened, and then go down on their knees begging for something to come and save them. That is how they use the Sabbath. Yeah? And that is not a wise use of the time. As I said, it should be a reflection and then coming to an understanding yourself of what has just happened. And this is the last thing I want to talk about, and that is, first of all, so what we do is we gain the knowledge without being aware that we have it. We give it all to the mighty or to the gods. All glory, all power, all knowledge shall go to God. For myself, I ask nothing. For myself, I'm getting nothing. I'm not being enlightened at all. So I give it all to the gods and then pray to them that they come and save me. And and they sit there really mining the gold for themselves, to rule, to have the knowledge to rule over. They are in the greater understanding which gives them more power. And the knowledge was given to serve, and the knowledge was given to all, is given to you. You're gathering it while you're living your life. And it should serve you, and it should serve all around you. Because you are a part of a greater whole. So I was watching, and this is the thing, why should you come back here? Yeah, why should you reincarnate into this world? Because this is the knowledge of the Creator. This is where you know Him. This is where you learn. He is diversity. This world is as diverse as you can get. And it will give you so many different experiences by which you can gain understanding. You experience it, and then you sit still and try to understand what just happened. And that is then knowledge of the Creator. That's why you should come back here. Now, I've been listening to, again, David Icke, and on the Inspired channel, and the two chuckleheads sitting there going, why should you come back here? And when you come back, you've forgotten what you've learned before. Yeah? I don't think that's what's happening. I do not think that is what is happening. It's not that you've forgotten what you've learned before. You never learned it. You never knew. You keep coming back time and time and time again, and you never get it. Yeah? It's offered to you. The light is all around you. The light of knowledge is all around you. And it's not sinking in. Yeah? The darkness cannot comprehend it. I mean, there seem to be old souls here. We say that. There are old souls here. Those are the ones that in a previous lifetime understood something, not only understood it as head knowledge, but they internalized it and it became them. It created their being. So then when you leave as self, that is now a part of you, and then you can't lose it. Again, true knowledge is then that which becomes a part of your being. And then you can't lose it. And when you come back, it will be with you when you leave, it will be still with you when you come back. And then the more you come back, the more you can build on what you knew before. And again, reach a higher level of consciousness, knowledge of the Creator. That is a high level of consciousness, knowledge, understanding of the Creator, and then functioning within Him in a way that you should function, according to Him. Now, as I said, in this world we are being prevented from this thing actually sinking in. It never sinks in. We're running in ignorance from one thing to the next, and it never sinks in what is actually wrong. Those that know have removed themselves from the whole thing and are just raking it all up in for themselves. But, and here is, as below, so above, another Hermetic principle. And that is, I want to go to near-death experiences, or the experience of a heaven. Now there seems to be, to me, there are so many different ways that, it seems to me, that souls cluster together in the afterlife to again form another little world for themselves in which they can exist. Again, heaven is made out of parts. It's not just one thing. So that doesn't change either. It's not just you. But there seem to be heavens, and there's so many accounts of that, where you die, your soul goes to heaven, you're being debriefed, so to speak. Yeah, you give of your knowledge again to that heaven, and then you're being reprogrammed and sent on another mission. And at no point did you get any of this yourself. You did not get it. Again, it's the same principle again. All the glory and all, the knowledge and all the glory and all the power goes to the one or to the ones. And you have asked nothing for yourself, and you didn't receive for yourself, and you never got it. And yes, you're not coming back forgotten everything that you never knew in the first place. Or you didn't know that you knew. You weren't aware that you knew. It never became a part of your being. It was just surface knowledge that you then promptly gave away. So, let's try to actually know the Creator, experience the Creator, have a bit of time now and then where we can become the observers and gain understanding, and then try in our words, in our actions, in our thoughts, make the principles that we have learned part of our being. Actually make it a part of your being. Because otherwise you will lose that knowledge. Yeah? It will go into your head and will go out of your head unless it becomes a part of your being. And that is your works, and where you are creating yourself into a more enlightened being. Anyway, folks, here, I leave it at that for today. And I talk to you again soon. Bye.